All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Water Bomber Podcast. This your boy Champ the Big Ace with my co-host.
I'm not his co-host. I'm the hostess. I'm Yaya, the original Bummer Lamb. Okay. But hello, everybody. Thank you for coming back.
I say welcome back. I say so. This is episode 6. So this episode is what impact did Michael have on you? So at this point, the new Michael Jackson biopic is out. It came out on April the 24th. So it's been out at this point about 5 days. So definitely, if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. I about to say so. I've already went to see the biopic, and I've got to say it was amazing. It was 10 out of 10. It's one of them things. It's like you don't realize how much of an influential person he was, and then the fact that they have done a movie about his life and his career. That's what really pretty much inspired the episode. So it's just talk about the impact that Michael Jackson has had on music, culture, or your personal life. I about to say, for me personally, I've been a big Michael Jackson fan my whole life. I can even think about back as a little kid, like my brother singing. It wasn't Michael Jackson's song, but it was Rockwell. And come to find out that Rockwell is Barry Gordy's son, and him and Michael Jackson was cool. And then also, this is a fun fact. If you ever think about it, that I think that was the only time Michael Jackson was featured on somebody else's music. Don't quote me on that, but that's the only person that I could ever really think about that he was featured on their music was somebody watching me. But but yeah, I've been a Michael Jackson fan my whole goddamn life. From just listening to somebody's watching me to even going back and listening to Bad, Thriller, and then too, I'm a 90s baby, so I grew up playing Moonwalker, the video game.
Okay, 90s baby.
I'm just saying.
Like, is there ever gonna be? Are we gonna? Has there been an episode yet where we haven't referenced your age and mine?
I'm not referencing your
For
age.
those that don't know, I'm 42. He always got to make some type of reference where it's like, you know, it's all right. I don't feel 42.
I'm just saying the 90s was a great time to be alive. That's all I'm saying. I feel bad for this generation of kids.
They don't know nobody.
True.
I feel like Michael Jackson or not, like it ain't even just it's just the music
In general.
of in the from those past eras that you play shit and they just think it's a cool sound to go chop up and go willy nilly with it, and they don't even know who the hell they sampling.
Sure don't.
I really feel like it's a shame that they don't know, like they gonna know Michael Jackson. I'm sorry. It's just like everybody uses Michael Jackson and his likeness and his music and samples and it's just he's just iconic in that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then of course you got a lot of people that always make parodies out of him and different things of that nature, whatever. But
Yeah.
um, he's just iconic in that way. But they don't know people like that. You say Marvin Gaye,
Like, who the fuck is
y-
Marvin Gaye?
you say Bobby Womack, Bobby Bland. But y'all sampling these people's shit. Like, come on now.
I ain't
Let's
go.
do a little. Give put your due diligence. Damn it.
Yeah. I about to say, you definitely got to be careful with talking about sampling anything from Michael Jackson, because shit. The cease and desist letter you gonna fucking get hit with so quick because they don't play about his estate, and I don't blame them. So it's like shit.
Yeah, but they played about his. They played over his damn life.
I,
Don't get silent.
I about to say I ain't saying they did, but at the same time, when it comes to his legacy, and I think
Call
ultimately his mother's
call
still
me a
alive, so
conspiracy.
she definitely don't play about that.
Call me a conspiracy theorist. Whatever. I just feel like that man ain't just went through all of those drastic changes and then just up and disappeared.
Yeah.
He just died.
I about to
No.
say not to spoil the movie for you or anybody else, but definitely if you haven't seen Michael and you want to listen, this will be the time that you need to pause the episode because one thing that I like about
Spoiler alert.
well, spoiler alert, but
No, I'm just saying, spoiler alert. Go ahead.
yeah,
Spill it. Spill it.
well, one thing that I liked about the movie that they illustrated was just like the different rumors and then also the certain things that came about his nose. Because they did show when he, did the nose job. And then, also the thing that he
So,
always used to talk about, he did the nose job because of his sinuses. Based on the
mm,
movie and just kind of the storytelling and how they did it, I think it was more of an imagery thing. Like he was just his self esteem, and then the fact that his daddy would talk about calling him big nose and all that shit, and he been
yeah.
calling him that shit from a little boy to a fucking grown ass man. So I think once he got to a place where he was old enough to go do this shit without any type of parental permission, and then
And he
too,
must have done it to, and he must have done that to all of them. He must have tormented all of them. Because then all of the kids do something.
I think so.
Latoya, Janet,
Yeah,
Michael,
I would say with the exception of what Jackie, Jermaine, and Tito.
the ones that nobody really think about. No offense. Just,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, it's more so the ones that were kind of like
in the stardom, like
pushed, yeah, pushed out there into the limelight.
yeah,
Just thrust that were thrust into the spotlight.
yeah,
I think that's sad too.
yeah,
And I think people need to step back and reevaluate the way that they speak to and over their kids, cuz you don't realize the impact. Like, you think you just saying some shit, right? But you don't know the impact that you're having on a child, on a developing mind.
yeah,
And then just add to it all of that shit, the fame, the stardom, being in the public eye and not even really wanting all of that shit too. Somebody so young can't handle all of that without somebody to guide them,
mm-hmm,
be a village for them. It's sad. It's sad.
yeah. I about to say, and like I said, I would definitely say like the acting, the music, everything was incredible. But I also got to shout out Coleman Domingo. He did a
Everybody
fun
keeps shouting him out. Go ahead, I'm
he did
listening.
a phenomenal job playing Joe Jackson. Now it was some points where it's like I ain't gonna say I understand him, but it was some points that it's like I fucking hated him. Like, and again, if Joe Jackson was actually doing this shit, no wonder his children distanced themselves from him as they get grown because the combination is one thing to discipline your child, but just to beat your kids just because of just some old any kind of old reason or some bullshit reason.
What you mean if I grew up like that? It ain't no if. I believe it. He probably wasn't treating them like kids. He was treating them like employees. Like, just for, them just really trying to keep it nice, really. But he wanted that. He wanted that bag.
Yeah, that now I ain't gonna lie, that was definitely apparent because everything he did strategically was for getting some fucking money. And the hell how anybody felt about that. And he even made a comment in the movie when it was about Michael Jackson, talking about like doing off the wall. He told him, he said his ass belonged to me between 9 to 5. Y'all can have him at the midnight. And
See,
and, and that was kind of fucked up because I felt like, is this the reason why Michael Jackson had working day and night? Is that the inspiration of that song? Because how that
probably.
came out and that was like, that's fucked up if that's how you feel about your
See,
kids.
but that's what I be wanting to see. I don't be when I see people make these documentaries and stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
want to know. Like, don't make the documentary if you not gonna do it all. I don't give a damn how long the movie is. Y'all set y'all asses down for motherfucking Titanic. Yeah, you sat down and watched the whole Titanic. I want to know. I want to know all of it. Like, don't just tell the parts that you think you know are gonna get the sales, are gonna. If I'm going to see the damn movie, I want to know Don't glamorize it for me. I want to know all the dark secrets. I want to know what I really want to know. What I really want to know what happened to this man.
Yeah. Well, with this first part, it go from like the Jackson 5 from when he was a kid to the Jacksons to the midpoint to him going completely solo. The movie, they said legit, overall it was like almost like a 5 hour movie, but they had to cut it up into like 2.5 hours. So this was the first part that just came out. There's a
So the
second
for
part.
wait, man, wait. So the movie was 2.5 hours long.
Well, not well. The first half of it. The movie's got two parts. The first part
That's what
that
I'm
just
saying.
came.
So this what just came out that you went to see was 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm definitely gonna have to go see that by myself. McKinley can't go with me. She's not gonna last. She's not. She don't even know who Michael Jackson is. I don't think. I don't think. But this is something I'm gonna have to see by myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to say, yeah, it was a good movie. Like I said,
I
it's
think
a.
I'm gonna pay for it.
I'm about to say it was a good movie. It's a lot of hard moments to see, and then too, it's just kind of give you just a small glimpse of Michael's psychology, because again, when he did the nose thing, the always has been the rumor that he did it for his sinuses, but ultimately I think it was just because
Of
how he was
course,
feeling about himself, and then the
of
shit that his
course.
dad did about his nose. Because even in the movie, he mentioned he's like, when I take pictures, I want to make sure that my face looks symmetrical. So he's 24/7 thinking about his image and how the world and fans and people perceive him, or what they think is handsome or beautiful, or if they like, oh, he got that big ass nigga bell pepper ass nose. I need to reduce my nose so it looks more presentable. So,
That's so sad.
so that was one part of it that was sad, because it kind of give you a small glimpse of what it was to be him, in the sense of he's thinking about this shit 24 fucking 7.
Nah, that's a large glimpse for me. You know what I mean? That plays into that conversation we were having earlier today about how I want this podcast to look.
Yeah.
That what you just told me. I haven't seen the movie yet. Just so everybody knows, I haven't seen it yet, but that that's relatable for me
Yeah.
because that was a part of my life growing up, being picked on by the very people that are supposed to be pouring into you, the ones that should be telling you that you're beautiful. You are perfect the way that you are, but instead you tearing them down and you telling them they need to fit into this box and they need to look a certain way to fit what society sees as the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like, whew, I digress though. But yeah, for me, you feel it's small because you probably, you may not have experienced that. And, judging off you and your mom's relationship, you haven't experienced that. Your mom tells you that you're beautiful, that you're handsome, that you're this and that. But there's some of us out there that didn't experience that. So for
Yeah.
me, that's a large look into his life because that's heavily relatable for me.
Yeah.
And shit, the more you giving me, the more I'm thinking I just may not be able to go go watch this movie. I'm gonna be sitting there crying.
Yeah, like I said, it's got those moments that make you sad, but also you got moments that'll make you laugh. But then also the music aspect of it that'll make you dance and have you like this shit is amazing. But it's at the same time, it's his biopic, but ultimately it's from the lens of other people and not Michael Jackson himself. But it's just to understand it. And then, like I said, I love Michael Jackson. Like, he's one of my favorite singer, entertainer of all time. Like, for me, he the GOAT. It'll never be nobody else. Like, you got people who similar to him in the sense of it, but they'll never compare to him. Like, he's a
Similar, only similar to him though I would say only really similar to him performance wise.
yeah. I about to say, and
Trying to copy his moves and shit.
yeah, I get that to Usher and Chris Brown, but even then, it's like when it comes to like just the overall impact and just the energy of Michael Jackson. Even somebody did a video. He's the blueprint when it comes to modern day artists and how they do their shows, their music, everything that you see most artists do in the last 10 to 15, 20 some years is a direct connection to Michael Jackson. Just how the folks will come on stage and stand there for a few seconds just to get the crowd hype. Motherfuckers can't
Yeah.
even stand on stage for a good minute, 2 minutes. Only Michael Jackson was the only person who could make your ass sit there for 5 minutes just screaming at the top of your damn lungs. He ain't even sang nothing. He ain't did no spin. He ain't move a fucking pinky toe. And you just standing there just screaming your fucking head. I ain't gonna say you about to have a stroke, but you possibly about to give yourself a headache, if not a small aneurysm. Cause you finna be screaming with
Okay,
full
well,
power.
good. I'm glad that I'm not glad that the man is gone, but if that's all, if that's what the feelings that this man is pulling from you, I wouldn't allow you to go to a concert. You got to watch him on TV. You got to stay. You got to sit these out, baby. You got to sit that out, cause ain't nobody time. Well, what's ma'am rushing you into the emergency room, ma'am? What's wrong with him? He saw Michael Jackson. Like, no,
I say,
no.
I say his blood pressure is 280 over 100. Like, Mr. Cole, what the hell happened? Like, I seen the goat. I seen the goat.
It just I like that for you. I do, but and I ain't knocking nothing. I just cause I used to love Mike the same way. Like I told you when I was a little girl, he was my him and Moonwalker were my friends. That was my that tape that VHS tape was my for all of y'all that don't know. Again, once I'm 42, so I came from the era of VHS. What was that? I was a little shy of making. I might have been around, like I might have been a baby or in the womb when. What was them other things? Not the what was before VHS.
But the shit, not the A track, but the it was like the
Shit, shit, whatever. I was probably like coming about when the 8 track was around. So yeah, I was a VHS baby. Those were those tapes. I next maybe I'll get up at some point and show y'all. For those that don't know, I still have VHS tapes. I do. And yes, I was around in that era. Those rectangular, about that thick, yeah, about that thick. Those rectangular tapes, like a oversized cassette tape. Y'all probably don't even know what it. Never mind. But I had a VHS tape. Look it up, damn it. Google it. I had the original Moonwalk tape on VHS. My mama sent it to me from overseas or whatever, wherever the fuck she got it from. She was overseas at the time because she was in the military. And so I don't know if I was more like just taken over by the fact that my mama had sent me something, you know, or if it was just Michael, but I literally watched that tape every single fucking day. Every day from beginning to the end, sometimes more than once. Okay. I got on these folks' nerves. Get up and come put this tape in for me. Because I mean, if you don't want me to keep bothering you, come put this tape in. Okay. I used to mimic the moves. I used to sing all the songs. And I cried with them white people. I did. Cried in my cereal. Okay. Cried in my cereal.
I say not the cereal,
Cried.
not the
Cried.
cereal.
I did. I used to cry. You couldn't nobody tell me that Michael Jackson was not my friend. Okay. So I did used to feel all the very things that you felt. I really believe that. I don't know when I stopped just following along with it, but I really do believe that the media had a large part in my perception or the lack thereof, when it comes to Michael Jackson. And that's not to say I didn't feed into the negative things that people were saying. I didn't know how to feel actually. I felt like I just remained neutral because I'm one of them people where it's just like, I don't know that man. We don't know that man. You're a fan of that man. We don't know. Like you just said, the movie was told through the lens of other people. It wasn't told directly from Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah,
And so I didn't get into any definites when it came to what things looked like for him. All I could go off of was what the media was saying and the drastic change in his appearance and things, you
yeah.
know. And I ain't gonna say I fed into none of it, but I didn't know how to fucking feel because I remember Michael looking one way at some point, then looking another, and then looking like something totally different before his life ultimately came to an end. And I think it sucks that the media takes a hold of people and their personal lives and the things that they go through, their shortcomings, they demons or otherwise, and they spin it to fit a fucking narrative, so that they can get views or they can stay relevant. I think that's pretty fucked up. So
Yeah,
I don't know where I lost my my fandom or whatever you want to call it for Michael, but I never disliked him or anything. I just feel like it became a state of confusion for me,
yeah,
you know, from what I grew up knowing and loving and what the media was trying to portray of him.
yeah. Yeah, I'm about to say that's something that they did touch on in the film about the vitiligo, and the fact that he was, like I said, a combination of self conscious about how he appeared to fans and how he wanted to be perceived and look. Because they even showed where he was doing the makeup on his hand, and having a glove and having certain, how he have his hands and stuff covered up because of the discoloration. And I ain't gonna even lie, one thing that I remember learning from Michael Jackson, because I had a guidance counselor, Miss Guy. I don't even know if she's still alive. If she is, God bless her, and I hope she's doing well. But she had vitiligo, and she even explained that to me as a kid, because I was like, "You got the same thing that Michael Jackson got," and she was like, "Yeah, it's not just exclusively to Michael Jackson, but this can happen to anybody that's melanated, where you could get
Hmm.
vitiligo, and you'll start losing, your coloration or your
Not to
melanin."
inter. Oh, there you go. I was about to say not to interrupt you, but you had gone off screen. My bad.
Oh
But yeah, I think people with vitiligo are beautiful.
yeah. Hmm.
To be quite honest, and I had to grow into that though because I never thought they were ugly or anything. I just didn't for a long time. I never knew what it was. I didn't. I used to see people often
Yeah.
with it, and I actually never understood what it was until I met a friend
Yeah.
who had in high school that had vitiligo. And she was telling me that there was a way to like lessen the effects of it,
Yeah.
right? But it takes a lot, and it takes a lot out of you. You like depending upon the medication, but it limits them to a lot of shit like sunlight.
It
They
hurts.
can't really go out in the sunlight. The medication makes them tired and all of these things.
Yeah.
Um, so I could see how all of these things combined probably took a really hard toll on him.
Yeah. And then, like I said, that go to explain, for everybody who was ignorant to the thing, because people for years you say, "Well, he want to be white. He bleached himself." Like, bruh, I don't know no process that could take you from a dark skinned black man, and not to say high yellow, but you lose your pigments,
And he
and
wasn't even dark though. He was never dark to begin
yeah, he
with.
was more of a milk chocolate color.
Yeah, he was just a brown skinned man.
Yeah, and one
And
thing,
I when did what who made these rules though? That's another thing. Like this whole Michael thing can really just this could go on and on and on because his whole life just has so many working parts to it and it like who made the rules up on if you dark skin you're not beautiful. I love some dark skin, okay? I actually wish I've always wished that I was dark. I love it.
I think they go back to a lot of, like I said, slavery and conditioning, just the whole fucked up mindset of, the paper bag test. If you dislike, you can't fuck with us, or just the house nigga, field nigga mentality, where if you light skin, you clearly a house nigga, you weak, or you not. You're not a field nigga in the sense of it's just that whole fucked up
You're not as
complex.
strong.
You're not strong. You're not worthy. You're not. You deem weak, and then it's just the whole concept of that being pushed into the culture, into our dynamic
Mindsets and
and that
shit.
mindset, and then it's just fucked up. But see, one thing that I've always appreciated about Michael Jackson that and one thing that I say I've always loved about him is because even with his skin condition, he always made it understood I am a black man. You know, just from the music aspect to the visuals, and then the fact that he's a proud black man and he celebrated his blackness. And like I said, even if it's like, oh, he don't look black, he look white. He's a black man.
Trust me, I know that. See, this is why I probably can't watch that goddamn movie. I'm gonna be in here crying, pillow cry, cause again, that's another relatable thing for me. Like I've always been fucked with about my skin complexion,
Yeah,
and even told that very thing that you were just saying. You light skinned, you was a house nigga. You would have been a house nigga. Like, what the fuck? What is that to fucking say to somebody?
yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, I dealt with that shit as a kid too. I ain't gonna lie, that's the reason why I go back to my story about getting into it with the little girl. It's just for me as a
You
kid,
didn't get into it with that little girl. You beat that little girl ass. That's what you. That's my got into it with her. No, you shut her down. Yeah, you fucked her up.
I'm just saying again, for me it was always that, especially when I grew up and like I said, majority of my family it was a little, chocolate and brown. And then like I said, me being a little bit lighter, I've gotten a little bit darker as I done got older. It's just, motherfuckers used to fuck with me and say like that ain't your family, you adopted.
Yep,
And
I
then
I got that too.
it's like, and then just being told that as a fucking kid, it's like, motherfucker, this is my mama. I look like her. She look like me. I look like my granny. So it's like,
You look you look like your granny.
so it's just, you know, and just growing up with that kind of shit. And that's one thing I've always loved about Michael Jackson because he celebrated his blackness. He didn't shy or hide the fact that he was a black man. Whatever you might have wanted to say about his skin tone or he bleached himself, he had a skin condition and it got progressive as time went on. But he was yet a black man, and even then, he still stand as the pinnacle of entertainers in music. He's a black man. Like, I don't give a fuck who you talk about, Elvis Presley or whoever. And I'm from Memphis.
That
I
thief.
ain't never been to Graceland. But you bet your ass if they had a Michael Jackson museum here in Memphis, I would faithfully go to it. If not work there. But it's just one
I'm
of the
sorry,
things.
you can't. You'd have to moonlight there. You have a full-time job, sir. So I ain't knocking nothing. You can love him all you want to, but
I was say, can I have it as a part time gig on the
I
weekend?
just said you can moonlight or something because I mean,
I about to say you
you,
said moonlight, so now I get feel like can I moonwalk while I'm there?
you there. I don't give a fuck what you do there. Don't come home with like it's a limit. Like I ain't telling you you can't look. You can have your things, but there's a limit. There's absolutely a limit. You're not gonna Michael me to death. I don't give a damn how much I liked him. I don't give a damn how much you liked him. At some point, you gotta turn it off. Keep it in your head. Keep it in the closet. Mm-mm,
I see what
mm-mm,
you did there.
mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah. So not trying to take your little toys and things away from you, but be a limit. Just like he's trying to be like old girl who showed up, who was going to the movies. Somebody posted on Facebook. She had the whole outfit on: the white t-shirt, the black pants, the white socks, the black shoes, the jacket,
I ain't
the
gonna.
hat, and
I'm here for that.
and she and she had the Jerry curl. Yes, you can. You can. I'm saying, see, you can be there for that. You're not allowed to do that. Well, I love you to death. Love you to death. Love you to death. Yep, my man like Michael Jackson and all of this stuff and all of that. But you're not finna go nowhere and fucking embarrass me.
I was gonna say I would have my Jerry curl in pristine condition.
I didn't like Jerry curls when Jerry curls was a thing. Messing up the fucking head, wrist and shit everywhere and stuff. Like The neck of the collars of your shirt all fucked up and going on. Like, what are we doing? Come on, baby, let me put this bib on you. Let me put this cape around the back of your neck everywhere we go. Like, man, there's something wrong with him. It is. He's a Michael Jackson fan. The fuck? No. Absolutely the hell not. Nope. No, champ. Absolutely not. No. It's like some it's you there's absolutely too much of anything. You can do too much of anything, okay? Know your limits. Know your limit. You laughing. I'm being dead ass serious. Like I buy you little stuff, little trinkets and things, and all of that in the house.
I was about to say, so I can't wear my Michael Jackson
No.
shirt.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you made it. Matter of fact, why don't you go on and show that off since this is what this episode. Stand up. You can't stand up. You can't stand up, can you?
I can.
I'm like, just stand up and put your chest in the camera. Let everybody see it. And that's dope because it's blended in with the Water Bomber background. Y'all see that? He made that shirt. Shirts by Champ the Big Ace, Champ the Big Artist, AB ABC Design 901.com. Okay? Get your custom fan gear, not just for Michael Jackson, for anybody. Pokemon, uh, Dale Earnhardt, the Bee Gees, whoever you like, whatever you like. Hit up www.abcdesign901.com. Yes, this man created his own t-shirt design and had it printed for the premiere of part one of this epic Michael saga. Okay?
I'm designing me another shirt for part two when part two come out.
I mean, might as well. Why the fuck not?
Yeah,
Might as well. You ought to do I want a Thriller shirt. Like maybe his face, but with like,
yeah,
half Thriller, half
zombie.
Mike.
I about to say,
That's why I said half Thriller, half Mike.
I about to say, another spoiler alert. He redid Thriller in the movie, and that shit was amazing. I gotta take
You
my
ain't
hat.
spoiling it for me. I still, cause you could tell me all day long. I'm. It's just think. Welcome to the world of being neurodivergent. You could tell me the whole movie. It doesn't. It's not gonna affect me. Like I still have to see it with my own two eyes.
Yeah.
Telling me about it only makes me want to see it more.
Well, I gotta take my hat off to Jafar Jackson. This is Michael Jackson's nephew. This is Jermaine's son. He
Can we
did a
just call him Jay Jackson?
he did a phenomenal job. I ain't gonna lie. The makeup, the aesthetics, the costumes, they turned him into his uncle. And then on top of that, his actual singing voice sounds just like Michael Jackson. I don't even want to put this out as unofficial because this is something that my mama said and me and her was talking about. But my mama even said Jermaine need to get that baby tested, DNA tested, because he got too much of his uncle. He got too much of Mike in him for him to just to be his nephew.
Well, if you spiritual, then hey, it's a high probability that Mike came back in a different vessel. You know,
Yeah,
maybe his nephew was brought here as such to finish the mission.
I about to say, I ain't gonna lie, cause how he sung that and just his moments where he was speaking, it's like it was fucking. It's a combination of creepy and amazing, cause it's like
He was talking like this.
yeah,
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
but Michael Jackson actual speaking voice is a lot deeper, but he does got the down pack of the falsetto or the high pitched sing talking voice. But when he sings, he sounds just like his uncle, and it's like
I ain't never heard no deep voice on Mike. So when you present me with that evidence, because all I've ever heard was a little soft spoken Mike. Oh, Michael Jackson.
You're wrong, but
I'm not poking fun. I'm just saying that man ain't had no deep voice.
he did. He only time I've ever heard Michael Jackson real voices in a video game, and then also on 2000 Watts off the Invincible album, where you can actually he ain't singing and has high pitch. If you ever go
Well,
listen to
just
that
send it
song,
to me because I need to hear it. Because I think you just lying and you want to hear something for yourself. Because I mean, it probably could get deep if he was like for you. Your voice only get deep when you mad and you trying to you putting your foot down. Raw Singleton. I'm like, get over here. Outside of that, your voice is not deep, sir. Neither is Michael's. No tea, no shade. I'm just calling it what it is.
like I always say on the back end, I'm gonna send you them video clips on the back end.
I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting on the back end. I'll be waiting on the back end. It's okay. Ain't nobody making fun. He ain't got no deep voice. He just ain't got no deep voice. Ain't nobody making fun of that man. Hell, that man was rich off that little soft spoken voice. Billie Jean, not my lover. She's just a girl. Was that him predicting his future with them kids? She's just a girl who thinks that I am the one. The kid is not my son.
I don't know, but that's funny as
I'm
hell.
asking you the one. I'm asking you the one who know all the deets. Shit, I'm asking you a real. That's a real life question. It be sounding like I'm being shady, and I'm not being shady. I was really asking a question. Like you be knowing shit. Like now that the movie done came out, now everybody wants to be dropping these videos about him and Diana Ross and shit. Like, why is everybody ruining my childhood and shit? So
I,
everybody was out trying to get this man and ruin his life.
yeah, that is something I've seen people talk about because, and then they said on the back end that Diana Ross put in some type of thing where she didn't
Yeah,
want to be
so that she,
mentioned at
because she
all.
didn't want to be mentioned, she didn't want her likeness in the movie, she didn't want to be talked about, discussed, or anything. And I feel like if that's the case, if that really is true, then well, that's you admitting it. That's some type of admit. What is the word? Admittance,
A
whatever.
mission of guilt.
She's telling on her goddamn self. Damn
Yeah.
it, hell.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing because it's like you were so much a pivotal part of his life, and just the beginning of his career, and then it's just like
But
even
you know,
even now when I think about it, I've never really heard Diana Ross talk about Michael Jackson since he passed. Like, and then it begs the question: is this a more of a gift or grief thing? Like that's this a lover that's gone and passed away?
we'll never know.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I don't like about black folks. They do all that shit and then think they just gonna die with them goddamn secrets. Somebody gonna tell something. And if they tell it after your ass is dead and gone, you gonna be rolling in that motherfucking grave because it's gonna get told. It's gonna get told. You thought nobody was gonna notice that you wasn't in the motherfucking movie, but you was just so much a part of his motherfucking life. See, that's that shit.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, yeah, it's fucked up, but it definitely poses the question, like, why you didn't want to be mentioned, and then the fact
Excuse
that
me.
you legally did some shit where they couldn't mention you at all.
Right, because if I had such a great influence over his life. Yes, put me in that motherfucker. Give me my royalties. Tell it. Tell the motherfucker say yes, I was his mentor.
Yeah,
Tell it all. But to automatically be like, I'm opting out of that.
yeah. I even seen a video where it was him. I want to say this definitely before Thriller, probably like Off the Wall, but they was at some type of show and they was just sitting down talking and he was like, she's like, I didn't know you was gonna get so handsome, like you so sexy, and he even told her, well, I always knew you was sexy, like, and he asked the crowd like, isn't she sexy, and I'm
I,
like,
I think I saw that somewhere.
and I was like, I felt like this is a little.
Uncomfortable.
A little bit like this type of shit y'all supposed to be doing on the back end for real, for real.
No, y'all shouldn't be doing that at all,
I,
nigga.
I'm just saying, at that point he was grown, so
Yeah, I done grew up now. I'm a man now, baby, a grown man. I ain't worried about a dog. Okay, I'm sorry, that's not Michael, y'all. Some of y'all probably too young for that.
I about to
My
say,
bad.
wasn't that the DeBarge? Wasn't that Bobby DeBarge?
I was one of them. Shit, it was
Yeah.
all these niggas getting famous back then. Was all it was a whole everybody had a Jackson 5 back then. Niggas didn't have nothing else to do but make babies. Then I here exploit them, and then you ain't never noticed that. You ain't never noticed that trend.
Yeah.
All these people get thrust into fame and stardom at such a young age. It's a whole gang of them niggas, and then all of a sudden they all fall out. Everybody strung out, depressed, done lost their goddamn scruples and shit. Boy,
I about to say, cause
call me a conspiracy theorist.
I about to say, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I said that shit years ago as a joke. Like that's the Joe Jackson theory. It's like as soon as you find out that your kids can sing, and there's about 3 or 4 of them, you go into that Joe Jackson mode. Like motherfuckers, we finna make a band. You niggas finna
But
start.
wait, but wait. We need to interrupt you. But then now that we done brought up the barges, what was up with the whole? Wasn't it a conspiracy theory? Put your hand down. Wasn't it a conspiracy theory about Janet and one of them? Chico, was it?
Not Chico
Did it,
DeBarge, but I think one of the older brothers. I think
one
she,
of them that they had a baby together or some shit like that?
yeah, they either had a baby or she was married to them at one point. It's a lot of crazy shit. But also, Janet was not mentioned in the movie, but they have come out saying
Really?
that she didn't want to have nothing to do with the movie. And again, that's one of them things that side out thing because again, this is coming from the lens of other people, but also I would have expected to have more feedback from Janet because her and Michael were extremely close. So it's like,
But that may be why she didn't want no parts of it because maybe that's triggering for her.
yeah, but
You know, the
they have
media's gonna
said
jump in and
allegedly when they did the movie before the movie came out officially, she was upset with Jermaine and they had words or supposedly. And again, this is all some entertainment shit that they have reported, but initially they said she was upset with the movie. She didn't really support it because I know a few years ago they were supposedly getting Chloe Bailey to play Janet. And I ain't gonna lie, that cast, if they would have cast her as Janet, that would have been semi close because she looked how Janet looked in the 70s and 80s a little bit. So that
mm,
made a lot of sense if y'all was gonna get Chloe, not Chloe.
mm,
What's no Chloe, not Chloe, but her sister.
I still don't see it. No. And it's
Not Chloe
I
Bailey,
think
but the other sister.
it doesn't matter. I just don't think that anybody I think because I think Janet was very pretty
Yeah.
before. I mean, she's pretty now, but I'm saying, before all the changes, the things that she did to alter herself, I think they were all beautiful before
Yeah,
those
Haley
things.
Bailey. They was getting Haley to play Janet.
It don't matter. No, I don't think any. She was so pretty to me. I thought Janet was very pretty. I was actually, you know what? I was actually upset when, no offense, Janet, please don't come for me. I'm just saying you're beautiful. But I'm saying like she was already beautiful, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to see it. I might just have to pay to watch that from the comfort of my own boudoir and ugly cry right here in my very own pillow.
Yeah. And it was funny too because it was also a scene where he was in the pool talking to his brothers about the music. He was like, he said, God gave me this. He's like, I gotta get this music out before God get this to Prince. So he did have his little jab at Prince in the movie, and that shit was hilarious. It was like, I was like, this is some shady shit. Because if Prince was alive today, he definitely would have been saying some shit like this. You damn right he had to go on and put that shit out before God gave it to me. Now,
Yeah,
now
baby,
my
God came and got both of y'all, so
yeah, cause
there's that.
my question is, if they do a Prince movie, who could they get to play Prince in a movie? Only singer that I could think of that kind of got that Prince like essence in the sense of like the attitude, the musicianship, and just that overall vibe is Miguel.
Yeah, you're right. I can see that. Yeah, you're right.
Especially off of Miguel album. This thing I want to say this about, if not 9 or 10 years ago, I think the album was called what, Wild Heart or something like that, when he had, him and a woman on the front cover. That album kind of gave me like some Prince inspired energy and vibe from that album. That's the only reason why he's the only person I could ever think of that's got that Prince like essence or attitude where, and then the motherfucker, he's talented. He can sing and produce and do instruments and all that shit. So
Yeah, and I caught a little glimpse of his backstory and found out he had a time
yeah,
getting out into the industry because they were saying he sang too well or
yeah.
some shit like that. And I'm like, what? Like,
I about to say, I remember getting my first introduction to Miguel was the BET reality show when they was trying to do like their version of making a band with Fatty Cool, and he got brought in to sing. And then I remember the group members, they was like, we don't really like him. He too arrogant, and he didn't get chose. But then fast forward years later, he fucking came out as a solo artist, and then he's been he everybody know who the fuck Miguel is, but I doubt if anybody remember who Fatty Cool was. And no
yeah,
shade, no.
I don't know, and I don't like that name either, and I didn't see that show. And the first time I heard Miguel was in a tattoo shop, getting tatted up. And somebody was playing one of his songs. I can't remember which one it was, but I was like, who is that? I need it. I need it. I had that man in rotation like every chance I got. Like, I still like that particular album. Don't ask me the name of it. I don't think I'm heavy in the music like you too, like you are, but just not in the way that you are. Like, you be studying music like people used to study fucking baseball cards and shit back in the day. Stats and shit. Like, nigga, I don't know you. I say you the song though. The fuck, like you be knowing.
I
It's
love.
almost scary how deep you go into things. I'm like, okay. Well, then, that's why I knew this episode was going to be very interesting because you are a diehard Michael fan. Like, yeah, he was sitting in a bubble bath in a hot tub at the back of the Waldorf Astoria when he made this song back in 1938. You're like, thank you.
I about to say, they also introduced Bubbles. They did Bubbles in the movie too,
Okay, here we
and
go. Is
I was
is Bubble still
fangirling.
alive?
I don't think Bubbles is still alive at this point.
Okay.
I about to say, I was sleek fangirling out in my head because it's like motherfucking Bubbles, and I'm thinking about
Please don't call yourself a fangirl. Don't do that.
well, I should say in my head, but
Don't
again,
do it up there either. But go ahead.
because when I think about Bubbles, I remember Bubbles from the Moonwalker game.
I slightly remember the Moonwalk game. I don't think I ever played it though. Like I think I saw like somebody else had it, and I saw them playing it. But put your hand down.
I about to
And
say it was the first Sega game I remember beating as a kid, so that's the reason why I always love Moonwalker, because that was the first game that I beat by myself without the assistance of my big brother.
of course,
I'm just saying, shit. I got to, especially to the another part of me, or the thriller level. That shit got extremely difficult. It's like, wait a minute. The hotel is pretty easy because it's like you go in, get the little girl. She's like, Michael. It's just like, and then like I said, when I think about Michael Jackson, is the only singer I've ever known that had multiple video games. Cause like I said, I ain't gonna lie, me and Brittany.
I'm older than you, and you blowing my mind because I don't know shit about none of that. I knew about the Moonwalker game. That's it. Don't know if like I said, I don't think I ever played it, seen it. Yes, played it. I don't think so.
Yeah,
Not that I didn't want to or anything, but I don't know. I think I done seen somebody play that game though before. Like I think a cousin or something might have had that game.
Yeah, I about to say yeah, Moonwalker, the Ready to Rumble where he did his voice and they had him as a playable character,
I remember that.
and his game on the Wii. I never forget that because that was like one of my most favorite and fondest
On the
memories
Wii?
on the Nintendo Wii, the Michael Jackson
I
experience.
heard you say Wii. That's what I said on the Wii.
I
Wow.
about to say, this is for my late wife. Years ago, we was in college, and I got my refund check, and I remember she was sad because she didn't get what she wanted for Christmas. So I had said once I get my refund check, I'ma either get me a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 4. I went to Best Buy and just
Wait,
being
hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. She was sad because she didn't get what she wanted for Christmas. Put your hand down. What did she want for Christmas?
she wanted a Nintendo Wii and she didn't get it.
Oh, okay. And so then you got the money and you went about what?
I went to Best Buy. I wanted to get me a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 4, and they had a bundle of the Nintendo Wii with the Michael Jackson experience. So
Okay.
I bought the whole bundle, and I surprised it to her in her dorm room. I had put all this shit in my backpack. I think I paid like maybe $250 for everything. And I never forget because she was so happy I had got it because I had just told her I was like, go in my backpack. And with this one, we was in college, so only thing I could afford to dinner was some Wendy's because I know one of my homeboys at the time he worked at Wendy's, so I was able to get her a whole combo for under $10 or $15.
Okay. Okay, we gonna leave that alone. We gonna leave that part alone. It was sweet. Now, go ahead. Go ahead with the surprise. We're gonna leave that alone.
I surprised her with the Wii, and we spent the rest of the night just laughing and talking and playing the Michael Jackson game. She has beat me only one time on that game, and that was due to the remember the times. Like she got the high score when it come to that particular part of the game. But
Okay,
everything,
you was a nigga though, right? You know you did some nigga shit though, right? It was okay. It was sweet at first because you went and got the Wii because she didn't get the Wii. Yeah. But then you really got that shit for yourself.
I didn't. I wanted a PlayStation.
I'm saying but what I'm talking about is because of the Michael Jackson game.
It was a bundle. It came together. So this like it was a win-win. It's like shit.
Don't even try to do it. Just go on with the story though. Cause I was about to say, oh, that was so sweet. Then you was like, it was a bundle and it had the mic game with it. And I'm like,
I just saying it was a win-win.
you found a you found a loophole. Don't do that to me.
I about to
But
say
go
she
ahead, I'm
loved
listening.
Michael Jackson, and then it's a dance game. We get to dance, exercise, have fun.
Whatever. Hand down. Y'all, I'm trying to get Champ to keep his hands out his face. Because I think he either touches his face when he's either excited or his nerves is shot. And right now, I think it's because he's excited to talk about Michael Jackson.
I'm just saying.
Whoop de doo. Whoop de doo. I'm telling. Come on, yeah. Well, I was like, oh, I was about to say, oh, that is so sweet. I was like, this so sweet. And then you was like, yeah, because they had the Michael Jackson game
But
in
it
the
was a
bundle.
win-win because it was part of it.
You can keep saying that all you want to, but you lost me with the sweetness once you said Michael Jackson because I was like, oh, okay. So it was a gift for both of y'all. But carry on. You know I'm gonna call you out every time. Go ahead though, carry on.
Well, like I said, it was
I don't care. Carry on with the story because you gotta go keep on saying. I mean, it was a bundle. I heard you five, 5, 7, 6 times. I heard you. It was a bundle. Michael was
I'm getting
feeling.
beyond that. I'm just saying it was a good time, and it's one of the funniest moments that I can remember. And again, that's more connected to the topic. That's how much he's impacted my life.
For sure.
So
I can't wait to see what this next shirt design is gonna look like. You need to make a flyer for when you do your next live. You know, you just do what you want to do though. I be trying to help you out. I'm like, if you tell people that you're doing this, they'll more than likely show up because they know what the fuck you finna do.
yeah,
And they're gonna want to see it. But you just want to do random pop-up shops. So I really think you should just yeah, go on and make yourself a little TikTok flyer or whatever, post it on Facebook, post it on all the things, send it to me so I can repost it, and then people can show up to see this next t-shirt design. Cause you already done made one shirt though, from beginning to end, or from child to adult. So I can't wait to see what the next concept is gonna be like. Y'all see the man shirt because he had to show y'all again. Y'all can go on TikTok and see the shirt design. It Champ, the big artist. So yeah, this has been an episode, quite a learning experience for me. I learned quite a few things that I did not know. So there's that.
Yeah.
But y'all, this man can go on for days about Lil Mike. How tall was Michael Jackson? I bet you know.
I want to say Michael Jackson was under 6 feet. I don't think he was just like 6 feet, like maybe 5'8", 5'9".
Oh, he was average.
Yeah.
Pretty average for a man. Okay.
Yeah.
And he kept that curl till the day he died, didn't he?
Yeah, I about to say, and they even showed the illustration of when he got the Pepsi thing, and then from other people in the documentary, and one person I follow, Saint Dallas on Facebook, where it come to find out he didn't even want to do the Pepsi shit because he didn't even like Pepsi. So and in the movie, that burn got him like a 7-figure deal because once he got his head burnt, and then like I said, from the old movies, we don't think it was severe, but I guess from this movie they explain how severe it was. Like he could have died because they said if that spark would have gotten his face or caught his clothes,
Yeah.
he would have had third-degree burns on his body.
You see why I don't like that Jerry curl shit? Nigga almost went up in flame from them juices. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? You talking about, I'm gonna wear me a Jerry curl to the movie. No, the fuck you not. Cause no, you're not. Don't ever. That was Michael. Let Michael be Michael. It was only one Michael. Just let that rest. Let that rest right along with him. Okay? That man was still wearing that curl. When did he die?
He died in 2009, but I don't even think
He
it
was
was a.
still wearing it.
It wasn't a curl, but I think that was like more of a full unit and just like his long hair or just a
It
unit.
don't matter. He still was wearing that style. Oh my god.
That's
Boy. That's about like that's like what's the man name? God, I'm terrible with names and oh my god. Um the other singer did the happy birthday song.
what
Stevie
Stevie
Wonder.
Wonder.
That's about like Stevie Wonder and his damn braids and beads. But this is just, hey, this is my signature right here.
I
Y'all
don't know.
don't know
I
nothing
don't
about
know.
this
I don't
shit.
know if Stevie still wear the beads and the braids.
Last time I checked, that man was balding and still had braids and beads. I ain't knocking nobody, but what I'm saying is let them people have their signature, okay? Everything ain't for everybody. Sometimes it ain't even for the people. Never mind, I digress. I digress. This has been a great episode though, to
Yeah,
say the least.
yeah.
I
So
think so.
yeah, it was a good episode. Well, I about to say since we get into the tail end of the show, I would say recommendations definitely. If you have not, take your ass to go see Michael. Like I said, you're gonna have a good time. You might even get up and dance. I about to say no tea, no shade, no tea, but it was a lady at the end of the movie. She was trying to moonwalk and she fell before me and Mama left the movie. I just had to let that be known. She was all right. Her family did help her up, but
Cause they was embarrassed. Let's get your ass up out of here.
I was gonna say I did get up. I'm just glad I didn't say "oh shit" out loud because it was like
I woulda. Cause she had no business. You see what I'm saying? Lead the moonwalker to the moonwalker.
I'm just saying, I don't blame her. It was the energy of the movie, and then they playing all the good shit at the end of the movie. So,
Wait, before you get into your recommendations, I do have a question.
okay.
What was your take on the end of the movie? Because I heard that the movie was good, but the ending was garbage.
Well, it wasn't that it was garbage, but it was unexpected because I think people were more expecting it to get to the tail end of his life. But you also got to understand this man
It's finna be a
career.
part two. Oh,
That is the movie so long that it has to be a part two. But also, if you look at his career span from the 70s, 80s, the 90s to the early 2000s to even the mid 2000s. So
nine, nine.
pacing wise
Right.
for the movie, it wouldn't have made sense to put all of that in the movie. It would have been too damn fast. And again, that's the reason why they cut the movie up into two parts. Because me personally, I could have sat there for 4 or 5 hours and watched the movie, just make sure I ain't drink too much drink.
Oh, we know.
It ain't just cause it's Michael Jackson. I did that for the
I
Justice
just,
League movie.
I said, oh, we know. Calm down. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead with the go ahead.
Well, I understand because the well, spoiler alert again. Again, if you plan on going to see the Michael movie and you don't care what I'm about to say, if you care, please pause at this fucking point. Uh,
You already said spoiler alert. That
yeah.
sums it up. Go ahead,
Well,
baby. Go ahead.
well, at the end of the movie, it stopped at 1988, 1989 when he was doing the Bad tour. So pretty much this is where he's getting a little bit lighter, and pretty much he's no longer doing music or on tour with his brothers. Like pretty much at the tail end or at the end of the movie, he's on a victory tour, and he just announced to everybody that he's quitting the tour. This is a farewell tour. Y'all won't see this shit again. I ain't doing this. And then the end of the movie kind of gets you at Bad, where this is the Bad tour. So only thing I hate is that they didn't do another part of me. They did Bad as the closing song in his performance, but again, it's just how they ended is gonna be good for when the movie come back, kind of that pick up where it left off in a sense. But it stopped at 1988. But again, you got to look at his career and got to look at from the pacing of the movie. It made sense to kind of stop at the 80s, late 80s, before the early 90s. And again, I know a lot of people were talking about that they didn't mention about the allegations. Somebody did point out like it wouldn't make sense for them to talk about in the first half of the movie because that shit didn't happen until the early mid 90s. But even then, again, this is about celebrating his life and career. Like, I understand it's a part of his story, but it's one of them fucked up chapters in the story, in the allegations. So I think the people who did this movie, they wanted to honor and celebrate Michael. So you don't really want to have that as a focal point of the movie. Like, I feel like they are mentioning about that in part two, but for part one, it was just showing the journey from little Michael Jackson to teenage Michael Jackson to young adult Michael Jackson to off the wall to beat it Michael Jackson, then the bad Michael Jackson. So
Well, I can't wait to see it.
yeah, like I said, I understand people point, but at the same time, they say they have so much footage and it's such an epic movie that they have to do a part two. So
And they probably gonna go into a three and all of that. But I can't wait to see it.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Well, I guess recommendations, everybody. Again, go see Michael if you haven't already seen it. Go see it a second time. I honestly, I might go again this week just to go see it again. So
Okay. Next.
uh, okay. So outside of movies and TV shows, I definitely say if you a video game person, like I said, grew up playing Michael Jackson, Moonwalker, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat is coming out May 8th. So just a couple of weeks, you'll get Mortal Kombat Part 2. So, and then I've heard that this one, they got a lot more actions, a lot more fatalities and brutalities. So I'm excited to see it. Shit, I might design me another t-shirt just to go see this. I got a bunch of t-shirts I gotta make. I gotta make one for Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Michael Part 2. I got a whole lot of shit I gotta design. and get print. So that's one of my recommendations. Check out Mortal Kombat trailer. It comes out May 8th. And then my music recommendations, I got these are some other singers that have been influenced by Michael Jackson. Marques Houston, he got a new song called Hijacked. It's really good. I like it. And then also check out Kenyon Dixson. He got the song Talk You Through It. It's a single. And then also, if you haven't checked out his music, check out his album from 2024 called The R&B and You Love for the 99 and 2000. This is an album from 2024. It's a damn good album. I recommend it because I've listened to it. It's a damn good album.
Just don't make it good just because you recommend it. It's a damn good album because I recommend it because I listen to it. But go ahead.
I'm about to say I ain't gonna recommend nobody no slow shit.
That don't mean, but I'm saying just because you recommended it and put your name on it, don't make it good. It's a recommendation.
I'm just saying.
Go check it out, y'all. Just check it out.
I'm about to say do what you gonna want to do. Just don't say I ain't give no good music selection. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm about to say shit. I'm about to say outside of the Mortal Kombat, that's the only other recommendation I got. So shit. Any recommendations?
Oh, that's your realm. I don't be recommending it. I don't be watching nothing. I be on YouTube.
I'm about to say you ain't got something that on YouTube that you could recommend?
I recommend I tell these people the same stuff every time. So no. Check me out on TikTok and my recommendations will be there for my YouTubers. Cause I'm not gonna drop the same people every time.
I
Like I
understand.
mean I support my people, but and I do. And I on a continual basis, but I ain't gonna get the same thing every time. Like if I'm gonna give something, I would rather give something new each time.
Yeah.
So no recommendations from me today. Today.
Okay,
Maybe next one.
one more recommendation I got. If you got Starz or cable, check out The Housemaid. It's actually a pretty decent movie, so I think y'all will like it. Y'all check it out.
I watched the trailer. I plan on it. I don't know when, but I plan on it for sure.
Yeah.
As V says, for sure.
Well, I guess that's the closing of another episode. I would say thank you everybody for listening. Again, I hope everybody have a wonderful and blessed week. I about to say shit. We almost to the end of the month of April, and then we'll go into May.
I
Hopefully,
know.
May will have some better weather because it's been chaotic and
Some,
bipolar the
some,
last couple of
some
days.
bullshit. That's what it been.
So
Some bullshit. But yes, thank you everybody that has been tuning in, tapping in. Go tell a friend to tell a friend, okay? We trying to go somewhere. Put your hand down. We trying to go somewhere here. Okay? And we want to take y'all along with us. So much love to everybody that has followed along thus far. Much
yeah,
appreciated. All right.
I about to say since we were talking about Michael, it's only appropriate that I close out the episode with some Michael.
No, you can't. Because aren't we gonna get flagged for that shit? Don't get this episode flagged. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not gonna stop. You better sing it. Don't play no Michael Jackson on here and get me copyrighted.
Well, this shit would happen on YouTube, but I ain't gonna play it. But I just added the song to the show notes. But y'all have a good night. Have a good week.
Check out all Michael Jackson albums on your own. We love you.